What is up, members of the Barrio? It's John coming to you from New York, and today we're gonna dive into a pretty serious topic. How safe is New York City? Now, I have been asked this question frequently by viewers, almost as much as I've been asked how safe is Mexico. And if you've never visited here before, I imagine you're a bit curious. Well, what are we doing sitting here? I think we've got to get outside to the streets of Manhattan to talk more about this topic. We are ready to go. To answer that question simply, is New York City safe? I would say yes. New York City is considered, in my opinion, quite a safe city. But crime does occur here. I am not going to paint this idealistic picture of New York City as a spot where you will go to and nothing bad will ever happen to you, because there is a chance that it could, and I could pull up some statistics to show you how unlikely that is. According to the Daily News, in 2017, there were 290 investigated homicides in the entire city of New York. To give you some perspective, in 1990, that number was over 2,000. The crime rate in New York City has been going down for decades. That is a fact. And I'll give you another statistic. In 2017, in Manhattan South, so we're gonna say Midtown Manhattan to the bottom of Manhattan, where most tourists are gonna be spending the majority of their time, there were 200 robberies reported. 200 robberies, that is less than one per day. The absolute best advice I could ever give anybody visiting New York, or any big city for that matter, is 5 words. Be aware of your surroundings. And that advice actually saved my life once. I was a victim of a crime in New York City on January 25th, 2013. I was in a very rough area of the Bronx, which you will likely never go to. You probably would have no reason to go there. And I covered this in another video, so I'm gonna put a card above if you want the full story. But I was walking in the street, and it was at night, and I was heading to the subway, and I was fully aware of what was going on. I saw commotion ahead of me. Somebody pulled a gun, tried shooting somebody else. I was in the wrong place at the wrong time, and I got hit over my left kneecap. I am fine. It was not a bad wound at all. Sounds scary. I'm not trying to scare you guys, but I am saying I was aware of what was going on, and I actually dove for cover after. If I had headphones on and I wasn't paying attention, I might have walked right into a shooting right there at point blank range. So this is an extreme situation, and I don't think any of you will ever have to face something like this in your life. But it just goes to show you that awareness can help you see what's going on and have time to react if a crime was to occur. But this is a remote possibility, and I will tell you that almost everyone I know in New York City has never had any issue with crime. But now I'm actually going to provide you with some tips for someone who's lived in New York for more than 6 years that I think, will reduce your chances of running into a problem when you do visit this fine city. Tip number 1, if you are a single woman, after midnight, I probably wouldn't take the subway. Here's why. The subways in New York City run 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, but at night, they run slower. People have a higher chance of being intoxicated. Also, there's less people in the subway stations. So you have the opportunity to be waiting for a train 30 minutes at 2 in the morning, and there's just a lot of things that could go wrong. I would advise any of my female friends coming to New York, if it's after midnight, I'd probably just take an Uber or a taxi. Personally, I usually take taxis after midnight. And if you did have to take a subway late at night, go where other people are, go into a crowded subway car, don't isolate yourself. Tip number 2, be aware of what is going on when you are taking the subway, let's say during the day. If the train is really crowded, know where your backpack is, make sure no one's meddling with it, know where your wallet is. For extra safety, when a train is approaching, I don't like to stand very close to the platform in case you slip, in case somebody bumps into you, or God forbid, in case somebody would shove you, which is extremely rare, but it has happened in New York. So it's always one of those things for me. I don't like to stand right up against the tracks, against the platform when the train is approaching. If you are young and you are out in certain areas of New York, the big party districts, people may come up to you and offer you drugs on the street. Just ignore them, walk away. They will not follow you, trust me. Another thing you'll notice in New York is that panhandlers may come up to you asking you for money. You might walk past people asking you for money. My best advice, avoid eye contact or politely say no. If you do want to donate to homeless people to try to help them out, there are many organizations where you could do that and know that the money is going to an important cause. Do not be careless with your belongings. Let's say you're at a bar, you're at a cafe. Don't leave your cell phone unattended and go to the bathroom. Don't leave your laptop unattended and go to the bathroom. Always know where your things are. If you're gonna make yourself an easy victim, people might take advantage of you. If you don't know the city well, you've gotta be extra careful. And I would say don't wear headphones at night walking in places you don't know well or places you think might be a little bit unsavory. I have a friend of a friend who was leaving a subway at 11 p.m., had headphones on, somebody approached him, punched him. Freak assault, but if he wasn't wearing his headphones, he may have been a tougher target and that bad thing wouldn't have happened to him. Again, not to scare you, but if you don't know New York too well and you're walking around at night, I don't recommend you have headphones on and be in your own world. This is a very nice street, by the way. Love the West Village. Great place to stroll around and vlog. For people visiting the city for the first time and arriving at one of the area airports, a good tip. Do not accept rides from unmarked taxis. I even saw when I arrived at JFK last time, somebody was holding an Uber sign, an Uber decal. I've never seen that before. Now I don't know if it's a scam or not, but either call an Uber officially when you get outside or go to one of the marked taxi pickup spots and take somebody who's licensed. I don't care how much money they say they're gonna save you. You're definitely taking a risk doing something like that. One final word of caution to my younger viewers: if you do like to go out at night, you want to party, I would just be extra careful. I think there's always chances for fights late at night, for things to happen, for tension, for arguments to occur. Steer clear of that and always be aware of what's going on. The goal of this video was not to scare anybody. In fact, it's to encourage people to visit New York City because it is one of the safest big cities in the entire world. I have met so many folks who have visited here with zero incident. They loved it, they love the people, they love the vibe. But you've got to keep some of the things that I talked about in mind just to lower your risk of running into any trouble. And if you're from New York, you visited New York, or you've got questions, tell me in the comments. Any other safety tips? Is there anything I missed? What were your experiences in New York City like? I'm very curious. All right, guys, make sure to subscribe if you are new to this channel. We're gonna be exploring New York more over the course of the next month. I'm gonna try to uncover some things that I have never filmed before on this channel. We're gonna keep it exciting. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.